Hi, good morning. Hope you are all hearing me. And again, it's Tuesday, 11 CET. So here I am with Ask Me Anything about intercultural relationships, about life abroad. And as you can drop in the questions as you are watching, or you can DM me, direct message me with your question before. I will be doing this live Q&A every Tuesday 11 CET. So let me jump right into it. I have received some questions right after the live Q&A I have done last week. So today I would like to cover one of them. And this one, it's a big one. And the question is how to get the man I want. And as I say, I'm a relationship coach. I usually work with women who are already in the relationship, but I think actually this question, how to get the man I want, applies to everybody. If you are single or if you are in the relationship, because if you are single, it's kind of straightforward. How do I get the man I want? But if you are in a relationship, a lot of arguments and disagreements in the relationship, they come from the fact that maybe our partner is not exactly how we imagined he will be. So we kind of don't have the man we want, and it creates these disagreements. So let me dive into it. I have few points I wanted to mention when if you are asking yourself the question, how to get the man I want, or it can be applied also to women. I see there are some men watching, so hello. So like I will be talking as I'm talking about how to get the men, but it applies also to the women. So the first thing I would say you could ask yourself is, what are your expectations? Are your expectations realistic? And here, like I want to say, we often have so many expectations of our current or future partner. Like he should be tall, he should be sexy, he should be clever, he should be wonderful with children, he should have a great job, he should be funny, he should have the same style of humor, he should have his own house, just name it, right? Like so many expectations. So, and here is like one exercise I want to share with you, because I shared it with my women in my courses, and it was great when they actually sit and have done it. So take a piece of paper or a book, if you have a book, and write down all your expectations of your partner. And probably you are not doing it now, so you can do it later after this live Q&A. But most of us, when we got into it, we will start writing, and there will be many. There will be maybe 20, 50 or 100. I have seen cases like this, like 100 expectations, and I have some close friends who always had very high expectations of their possible partners, and no wonder they couldn't find anybody who could fit these expectations. Because then when we sit on the paper, look at it and ask yourself, what if somebody was expecting this of me? What if somebody, my possible partner, is expecting from me that I am always well dressed, I have always perfect makeup, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am always in a good mood, I do wonderful jokes, I have amazing job, I have amazing relatives, I love the same hobbies as he does, and all these things. And like once we see these expectations on our paper, and think of like, what if somebody was expecting this of me? Like we start to think, oh, that would be tough actually. Like imagine if you live with such expectations, like that there is somebody who is expecting you to be basically perfect every minute of your life. That's crazy. Like nobody of us is perfect, and if we live with somebody and that person just wants us to be fulfilling his or her expectations all the time, that's really, really tough. So this was the first one, like, are your expectations realistic when you are trying to get the man you want? The second thing, when we look at this expectation, the second question I would like you to ask yourself is, Are these expectations important? Because often, like all of us, we are kind of vain. I don't want this to sound badly, but like all of us, like we also focus on things which are actually not that important for life. Like as I was mentioning, some characteristic like he should be tall, or he should be short, or he shouldn't be fat, or he should be slim, and all these kind of things. The same about us women. Like actually, how is it important if my hair is blonde or black? Like it doesn't matter. It's not relevant to that kind of person you are. Like how is that like kind of, you know, like that somebody has always perfect hair, somebody doesn't. I'm the second case, right? uh, so just ask yourself if your expectations are really important. And here I would like to share example actually when we talk of hobbies. Like often I hear from couples and my clients I have been working with in the past is that, oh, I would like to have a partner who share the same hobbies. And to this, I say, because maybe it was one of the expectations you wrote that you want your partner to have same hobbies, to love doing the same things as you do. But here I want to say that, for example, hobbies, they can change. Like how many hobbies did you have since you were a child? Like what I can think of, I used to run, I loved flowers. I used to go to some dances, which I was terrible at, and I sucked at it, and I hated it. Then I tried to go to aerobics. That was also terrible. Then I loved books, and like some things I used to do as a teenager. Like I loved running. I was training 6 times a week for a couple of years. I don't run anymore, but I loved it at that time. But my point is that the hobbies change. So if, for example, our expectations of finding the man we want or having the perfect partner is that he should be doing the same thing as we love, it's not that important because it can change. What is important are the values, like the things which we really cannot live without. Like that, for example, I would say that he is kind of kind person or he loves children. These values, they don't change so much. So really, like when you are thinking about what are your expectations of your partner, either the current or future one, think of this, like what is realistic, what is important, and if it's really, really important, and if that would be a deal breaker. Then other thing I wanted to mention, it's a bit about mindset, and I don't want this to sound like woo or this kind of thing. So, and you probably heard lots of things. No, if you believe in something, you will get it. If you manifest things, you will get it. And I don't want to go into it. I just want to kind of share real life thing. So we have two choices, like either we believe that we will find the perfect partner, or we believe that we will work on our relationship and make it the best relationship, or we have this other beliefs that like life is a hard thing, like everything is against us, we will never find the best partner because we are always unlucky. um, we will not find our partner because all the good men are already taken. So these are the kind of the positive perspective and the negative perspective. And I don't want to really go into like manifestation. Does it work? Doesn't it work? But I want to say that if you think like what will make your day better? Will you have better day if you feel positive and you are thinking the positive thoughts, being confident that you will find the love you want? Or will you feel better when you approach your life from the negative perspective, that you will never find what you want? So I don't know about you, but me, I want to get uh, the best of my life. So I choose to believe the positive. It's just simply, it will make your days better. And a third thing I wanted to share about getting the man you want is to be yourself. Like, don't play games, like, don't play the hard to get this kind of games. Don't pretend that you are somebody else than you are, because then you will get the man attracted to somebody who you are not. And if we want to have a fulfilling and joyful relationship, we want to be ourselves. We want to be able to express our real self. And then I think this is one of the biggest pluses of being in a fulfilling relationship, that we can really show our real face. We don't have to pretend. So that was the third point, like be yourself. So let me just quickly sum up. Assess what are your expectations. Then you can choose between the negative and positive perspective, like what is your future holding for you, and then be yourself. So as you are watching, guys, like feel free to drop in any questions or comments. I hope I will see them, because sometimes Instagram is playing jokes on me. So I hope I have been not ignoring some of your messages and comments. So feel free to jump in anytime. And maybe like kind of how you call it, the cherry on the cake, coaching questions in the end of this Q&A. It's like, imagine like you have this picture of this man, the man you want, like the ideal partner. And probably he has some characteristics, like you have it in your head, right? You know how the man you want looks like, how he behaves, what he thinks. So now the coaching question is like, why? Why do you want him to be exactly this way? And I don't say like it's bad or good, but I just want you to dig deeper into kind of thinking, why do you want this? Why do you want him to be tall? It's just an example, but I have known some women for whom it was really important that the husband or the ideal man was taller than them. Or why do you want him to be outgoing? So just ask this question, like why? Like try to go a bit deeper and see if maybe some of the responses to your why are based on some truths or some limiting beliefs which are not yours, but maybe they're of somebody else. Because as we grow up, like we absorb everything from our parents, from our grandparents, from school. And when we grow up, we have all the sets of beliefs which kind of determine our everyday actions, how our life is. But often these beliefs, they don't come from us, they come from somebody else. Like, can I think of some example quickly? For example, like, well, it about relationships. So the characteristic of the man should be that he's at home a lot. So when I'm looking for the man I want him to every day after he finishes his job, he goes home and he stays with me. So that's maybe like, it's just an example. You might have different examples. And then we start asking ourselves, why is this important for me? Like, why would I want him to be home with me? Why my previous relationship actually failed? Because my partner was not coming home immediately and he was having his other hobbies. He was having other friends. So here, when we go deeper, we might actually realize that when we were small, we didn't have our father home often. Or maybe we had our father at home and we thought it was wonderful. Or like you see like where I'm going, like just try to dig deeper and ask yourself why, because often we want things based on some beliefs which are actually not ours. So I think this can be really helpful. And I think that's all what I wanted to mention to the question of how to get the man I want. I received it last week. Yeah, and maybe last thing. I promise this will be the last one. Often also when we want somebody in a certain way, it's something we are lacking in ourselves. I find this kind of interesting paradox. Like we want somebody outgoing because we are maybe a bit shy to go outside. So if we are looking for the man we want, or if we are looking at improving our current relationship and we really want something, look at ourselves And maybe start first. If we are expecting something from our partner, if we want him to be more showing love, or if we want him to be bringing more gifts, just let's start ourselves. Let's give him the first hand, and then the rest will follow. So that was just the last tip. And so remember, think about your expectations, if they are realistic and important. Decide which perspective you want to believe in, positive or negative, and be yourself and ask yourself why. So that is all for today. I hope this was useful, and I would love to hear from you. If it's private, I understand the relationship. Nobody is comfortable sharing in comments. So feel free, just send me a private message on Instagram. I would love to hear from you, like what challenges you are having, or what resonated with you, or if you had some light bulb moments. So I would love to hear that. And I will see you next week, 11 CET. So have a wonderful day, wonderful week. And now hopefully I will manage to switch off the live from Instagram, because that's what I struggled with last time.